the midpoint. We're at the midpoint of the year, and this is the end of Q2. And I am trying to a lot of time of reflections, a lot of lessons learned from the first half of the year, doing my 12-week years, and learned a lot. Did quite a bit, mainly focusing on this past quarter, was a whole bunch of trying and failing. And you keep going and you do the things, and it just doesn't work most of the time, but you got to keep trucking, keep going through. My number one thing was job searching, and I just kept on getting rejected after rejected for jobs, which most college graduates are seeing that right now, and that's the space I'm in right now. As right now, the job that I have, since I don't have manager support, which is kind of odd, they went into a new direction. There's a bunch of different managers since I got there. I'm basically back at college graduate, and that is the worst place to be right now with all of AI that's happening. That's one of the biggest lessons learned. Is it's really hard to get a job. I don't know if that's breaking news to anyone, where it was super easy 2 years ago. Is the exact opposite now, trying to find a job. So that's the biggest one. Looking back on planning, I have the 4 areas of life, which is actually living life, which I just did with the having vacation, career slash income, relationships and community, and oh gosh, health. Health is the fourth one. So those are what I'm considering the 4 areas of life that I'm always just going to consider. If I'm not doing one of those things, that don't do it. Don't do the thing. If it's not fitting into one of those categories, like overthinking all the time, that doesn't fit into one of those categories. So don't do that if that's what you're doing, over planning. So kind of get those 4 things going. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have them in a quadrant. That's how I'm visualizing it. So having those things planned out and learning from my experience so I don't get burnt out like I did with so many rejections, and how do I continue moving that forward. So as long as I do a little bit of all those 4 areas of life, of actually living life, health, career, and relationships, if I'm doing all 4 of those, that's the best you're going to get. You just keep going, and that will re-energize you to keep burnout low. Life isn't about always trying to be comfortable. There is going to be some uncomfortableness that you need to go through. I've started dating a girl it's been several months now, that she really likes food, and I partook with her, and now I'm not comfortable with how much weight I've gained. So now with losing weight, I started that process, and I'm going to feel hungry. That's uncomfortable, but that is the part that I need to push through to lose the weight. Again, I've done it many times before. I can do it again. Not a problem. It's what's called yo-yo dieting, is a lot of people call that. So that's the main things that I'm going through now. The 4 areas of life: health, I'm going to still do the Boston Marathon training, the dieting. The community aspect, which is just finding a third space that doesn't have to do anything with life. I found potentially pickleballs. I found potentially an arcade. Look into it. It could even be YouTube. That could be my third space. It's just interacting on YouTube. Could potentially be a third space. Right now, I'm just kind of posting and commenting if anybody, or replying to comments. So that one. So it's health, career, 2 hours a day about. It's a range. I need to do 5 to 10, 5 to 15 a week. Any more than that. If you do more than 15, you're neglecting other areas of life. If I'm doing more than 15 in a week, and that can create burnout. So if you're doing too much in one of those areas, you're going to get burnt out. If you're going to get, except for enjoying life, if you're just only enjoying life, probably just going to get sad at some point, because at some point it's meaningless because you're not advancing your career or leaving a legacy, which some people have done, but I feel unfulfilled if I don't try to make the world a better place, kind of thing. So that's where I'm at. So I have gotten to a point where now I am trying to visualize, is now my biggest thing I've been focusing on this week. So visualization, what do I want out of life, and actually thinking about what is the end goal, the lag metric, and then have some lead metrics. So I wanted to do this for a while, is actually have a printed out calendar and then put on events that I'm doing, like things to look forward to. So having anticipation creates more motivation. So anticipating a movie, I just signed up for a 5K at SeaWorld. The Crystal and Odyssey movie is coming out. That's supposed to be pretty nifty. There's a gym opening up that I'm actually excited about. I think I talked about that last week. Yeah, visualization for areas of life to have balance, and keep going, keep trucking. The vacation that I had, turns out I don't like beaches. I kind of knew that, but I tried it anyway because I live so close to Daytona, and I enjoy doing stuff, having activities. So like the Speedway tour was pretty cool. Besides that, I need more than just beach. So I need to do things. I need activities in the area. So I'm looking into cruises. If you have any advice on cruises or any activity or vacations where there's a lot of activity for a decent price, because I don't have the funds at the moment for a extravagant. The more money, the more activities I can do. But I need something on a package deal, and it seems like a cruise ship with an interior room looks like the next decent packaged item for a vacation. But cool. All right, I'm doing planning for Q4. The latest I'm going to start Q4 is 4th of July, but I may even be able to do it by next Monday, which is June 29th? No? Something like that. Maybe 28th or something like that. So that Monday, I could start Q4. And let's see if I can go through all 3 weeks without burning out on the third, or 3 months without burning out the last month. So try it again. Let's do it. Thank you.